The Radio Memories Network is brought to you in part by Liberated Syndication, podcast publishing made easy, libsyn.com. That's libsyn.com.
Thrillers, thrilling mystery, espionage, and political intrigue? Step into the world of action and psychological twist. Join us as we go back to the early days of radio and our imaginations with our featured thriller presentation.
Episode 11, The Seltzman Connection. Number 6 meets a sinister scientist and is obliged to relive events with his fiancée, Janet.
This circular throne of twos, this chamber of power, this landscape of contentment, this oasis of calm, this other Eden, demi-paradise, this fortress built by nature for herself against the infection of doctrine and the frantic hand of humanity. This happy community of people, this little world, this precious stone set in the silver sea which serves it in the office of a wall or as a moat defensive to a house against the envy of less happier lands. This blessed plot, this sisterhood, this brotherhood, this village. So, where is she? Is anyone going to answer? Number 2 here. Report.
Professor Seltzman is on his way to you, sir.
Good. Enter. So, Professor, what's your analysis of the situation?
We must be patient. She will have to discover things in her own way, make her own decisions. We must remember that she has been through great turmoil and had to face ideas that took her to the brink of madness. It is a risk, it always is, but it is at the root of our purpose, and we must persist.
Agreed.
The pattern of her actions will become clear to us. For now, I suggest the best course for us is to review in detail how we arrived at this point. This is the culmination of all our work with her. And if we are careful and prudent, she will come home to us. Activate playback.
I've got the tickets. You do realize Control has at least 3 men watching us?
Yes, I had spotted them, subtle as a brick in a sock.
And they'll be asking the staff at the ticket desk what our destination is.
I bought the real tickets yesterday. The ones I bought today are for a different destination, so Control's men will go to the wrong departure gate.
So, you assumed we'd be making this journey before I agreed to it?
That's right.
What if I decided not to come?
Ah, but you didn't.
I'm not sure I trust you.
A bit of healthy skepticism never harmed anyone. Par for the course in our game. Anyway, follow me. We've got a long walk ahead of us. We're going via the departure gate for Venezuela.
Interesting.
Then we double back on a luggage buggy to our real departure gate.
Which is to where?
Best you don't know, old boy, in case they catch up with you.
If I get caught, you'll go without me.
I want to find out what all this is about as much as you do.
How are we not going to get noticed driving around on a luggage buggy?
Neck chop the luggage chaps, steal their uniforms. It's all planned.
Ingenious. What was that you said about a brick in a sock?
Come on.
This is your captain speaking.
And are you sure we're going to the right destination?
Only as sure as the files were.
Yes. I've been meaning to ask, how did you manage to get access to all those files? I'm not saying I'm not grateful, but it does seem somewhat fortuitous.
Fortuitous my arse. I did a lot of painstaking creeping about and nearly getting myself caught to find out the meager bit of information I did get. By the way, are you quite sure none of Control's people got onto this flight?
I'm pretty sure. But then, nothing is certain, is it?
No. No, I suppose not. Anyway, see if you can get a bit of rest. We've got something of a trek at the other end. Shift your elbow. There's a good fellow.
You're welcome. Sweet dreams.
Yeah. Thanks.
Quite a neat trick for avoiding awkward questions.
Meine Damen und Herren, der Flug 21 wird vom Flugstandpunkt 10 in 10 Minuten abfliegen.
So, Austria.
You might as well know now. A little place called Candersfeld.
And you're sure that's where Janet went?
I found the signal logs for her transmissions. That's the last place she called from when she asked for the meeting with you at Mont Saint-Jean.
How far is it to Candersfeld?
Not far. We should be able to hire a car.
What do you mean, Venezuela?
Well, that's where the agents assigned to tail ZL-25 and ZM-73 are.
So, presumably, that's where ZL-25 and ZM-73 are too. What are they up to?
No.
What do you mean, no? No what?
Oh, no, sir.
No, I mean... Danvers, will you please just explain yourself?
I mean that ZL-25 and ZM-73 are not in Venezuela.
But where are they then?
Ah, well, that's just it, you see.
No, I don't see.
No, I suppose you don't.
Danvers, are you about to tell me that you don't know where ZL-25 and ZM-73 are?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Very sorry indeed, sir.
What a complete cock-up.
Yes, sir.
Well, don't agree with me so readily. It's your cock-up, Danvers.
Yes, sir.
Oh, God, what else?
Well, as a precautionary measure...
Spit it out, for God's sake, Danvers, before one of us develops rigor mortis.
Well, I had our people check up on the whereabouts of Kate Butterworth after her last rather frantic inquiries about ZM-73.
Oh, God, don't say it.
Oh, very well, sir.
Very well what?
You don't want me to say it, sir?
Let me guess. Has she gone missing as well?
I'm afraid so, sir.
Would it be too much to ask for us to find at least one of these people, Danvers?
No, sir, it wouldn't be too much.
What a blessed relief. Get on with it, man, and get me a cup of tea while you're about it. With biscuits!
Well, many thanks, Herr Muller. A fascinating chat about your horse.
You are most welcome, gentlemen. I hope you find your cousin. Auf Wiedersehen.
Be seeing you. So, this is Candersfeld. The place looks dead.
The sun will be down soon. I wonder if they're expecting us.
Who?
Whoever they are.
Seltzman and friends? You think they know we're coming here? How?
I haven't the faintest idea, old boy.
Bit late for a barber's shop to be open.
Let's take a gander. I could do with a trim.
They're coming this way. It has been a long time. And look at you.
Well, my German's terrible, but I'm pretty sure that sign means it's shut.
We must have seen the last customer of the day leaving.
Ah, well, nothing ventured. Guten Abend. Wir sind englische Touristen.
Either you know more than you're telling me, or this is some sort of wild goose chase.
I know more than I'm telling you.
Are you armed?
I'd have never got through customs if I'd been armed. We are on the same side, you know.
Forgive me if I don't take your word for that.
Of course, old boy, of course. Quite understand. That's the circus for you.
It is a bit late for a haircut, gentlemen.
We don't want a haircut.
Perhaps a shave?
So it's a bit late for a haircut, but not for a shave.
It is also a bit late for a shave.
Then why are you offering a shave?
Because you said you didn't want a haircut.
You don't look like a barber.
What do you think a barber looks like?
Not you.
If you want to shave, you had better hope that I am a barber. Or I might accidentally cut your throat.
You make it sound so attractive. I'll skip the shave, thank you.
Please yourself. Although you do look as though you could do with one.
Do I indeed?
Yeah. Looks like your chin might be a bit scratchy. If you were to be kissing a lady.
Really?
Yes. Well, I think I'll skip the shave too, if you don't mind.
Okay. Then what can I do for you, gentlemen?
Have we met before?
What makes you ask that?
Have we?
I don't think you've ever seen me.
That makes it sound like you've seen me.
Does it?
Have you?
How would I have seen you before?
Oh, I don't know. In a file, an official document.
You think a barber looks at files and official documents?
I don't think you're a barber. What's your name?
Marcus Gray.
That sounds very rehearsed.
What's your name?
None of your business.
Mr. Gray, it might interest you to know that I've seen your name in an official document and your photograph.
I see.
And I think you've been expecting us, or someone like us.
Who is there who is like you two? Are we not all unique?
You sound more like a philosopher than a barber.
Is Professor Seltzman here?
We'll take that as a yes.
No funny business, please. You will come with me.
And if we don't, you'll shoot us.
I wouldn't advise you to test that hypothesis. Seems you've met your Waterloo.
And we've never met.
Step inside, both of you. Close the door. Carefully, please.
Right you are. Remember the luggage chaps at Heathrow?
Yes, I do.
I felt a bit sorry for them, didn't you?
No more talking. Move to that door over there and open it.
This door here?
Yeah.
Impressive.
Neck chop never fails. He's out cold. Take the gun.
You trust me with it?
I told you, we're on the same side. Now, I wonder what's through here.
Professor Jakob Seltzman?
One can only hope.
Shall we?
Don't close the door yet. Sounds big in here. I'll see if I can find a light switch. Ah, got it.
You're right. It's like an aircraft hangar.
No windows. So what are all those plastic curtain things in aid of?
We'd better take a look.
Sounds like a generator or something.
Or something.
I think I saw someone moving in there, amongst all that plastic.
Come out or I shoot. I'm going to give you until the count of 5. 5.
I have been waiting for you, gentlemen.
Professor Seltzman, I presume.
Correct. And who are you?
You've been expecting us, but you don't know who we are.
I just wanted to see what you'd say when I asked the question.
Well, you'll have to carry on wanting. Why were you expecting us?
All possibilities come to fruition eventually.
Another philosopher. What have you done with Janet?
Janet?
Don't pretend you don't know.
What have you done with Janet?
I lost her. To you. Now give me an answer before I use this thing.
I don't think you will shoot me.
Then you're taking a dangerous risk.
I don't think you'll shoot me because you have too many questions in your mind and you're already beginning to fear that some of the answers you've worked out might be true.
Forget the double talk. Just make it simple.
Why do you not make it simple?
Steady on, old chap.
That would make things very simple, granted. It is certainly a point of view.
I'm about to shoot you, and you think it's a point of view.
That is all anything ever is, surely.
That's a very odd thing to say.
Is it? And, by the way, I think you know what happened to Janet.
You killed her?
You do not think that.
You turned her?
Into what?
Don't play games.
The world is full of games, but it is not we who are playing them.
We? Who are you?
Who do you think?
Now look, we're asking the questions, old chap.
So you think what? That we have turned Janet into a Soviet agent? Is that what you really think?
Why are you so concerned with what I'm thinking? Why not just tell me the truth before I kill you?
Because the truth is already there, in the inner recesses of your mind, if you could but believe it.
I'm going to give you 5 seconds to answer.
I think he means it, old boy, so you'd better tell him the truth.
But the truth is waiting for you both.
Where? Here? Have you got Janet here?
The truth is in the village.
Get up, I've only winged you.
I'm bleeding.
It's just a scratch. Press hard on the wound, you'll be fine. But the next bullet will be in your brain. So, now, what do you know about the village?
You really are a desperate man, are you not? So desperate, and yet unable to see the truth.
If the truth is in the village, I'll never find it, because I'm never going back there. So tell me, are you connected with the village?
Answer me one thing, and I will tell you.
Are you part of the village? Tell me!
Tell me what you really want, number 6. Tell me why you came here.
He is with them. He called you number 6.
I heard. All right. I came here to find Janet.
Why?
Because this is where she came on her last mission.
Why?
Because when the British Secret Service had received intelligence that you were developing a devastating weapon, they assigned her.
Scratchy chin. Like me, would you? Thank you, darling. Another drink?
No.
Oh, your poor little face. I'll make one for myself, then. Ooh.
Control should be sending both of us.
He knows we're together.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure. You know, there's nothing Control doesn't know. And if there is something he doesn't know, Danvers finds it out, and then Control gets to know.
Danvers, snivelling little turd.
Expect he's been in to check the sheets.
Stop trying to distract me.
There's no point worrying about something you can't change. Both of us have a job to do. We obey orders, we do the job.
This Seltzman business, though, I don't like... I don't know.
What don't you like?
I don't like the smell of it. It feels not right.
You know, you shouldn't be saying this to me.
Why not?
Because your instincts are never wrong. And now I'm going to fly out tomorrow with your bad smell theory right under my nose.
Sorry.
I know. You're too good at this job, which is lucky, because you've taught me everything I know.
You're welcome. I could come with you anyway.
Against orders? I'm guessing you've already asked and Control has said no. I thought you didn't want another drink.
I'm sulking.
Doesn't change the fact that if you disobey Control's direct orders and come with me anyway, he'll probably have you shot.
Don't joke about it.
I'm not joking. I think he'd do it.
Be careful, my love.
You can bank on it, my darling.
Ah, how sweet the memories are.
Shut up. Her mission was to infiltrate your organization, and she was good at her job. Very good.
The files say she stopped transmitting reports. Nothing was heard for months. She was presumed dead.
And for our friend here, that must have been a living hell.
Don't pretend to sympathize.
But then she contacted Control out of the blue. She wanted to see you and only you.
You arranged that?
Is that important?
Remember, I still have the gun.
But you want to know the truth. And you cannot shoot the truth out of anyone.
I wouldn't be so sure if I were you.
Ah, if you were me and I were you.
You like to talk in riddles, don't you?
It is not a riddle. What happened when you met her at Mont Saint-Jean?
And that was your idea too? Meet somewhere that linked to something I knew about because your files showed I'd read books about the Battle of Waterloo? I knew that was too obvious for Janet. I already knew something was wrong, but when we met there...
When you met there? Yes? Go on.
She changed. You'd done something to her, and I thought...
What did you think?
I thought that if that could happen, if this job could turn the woman I loved against everything she held dear, then I...
Then? Come on! You were going to say it, weren't you, number 6?
Say what?
Shut up, Potter!
He was going to say that was the reason why he resigned. Isn't that right, number 6? Poor number 6. We've known all along that was the reason why you resigned. As far as you were concerned, if the job, the circus, the game, whatever you called it, could take away the one authentic thing that you'd loved in all your life, if it could take Janet away from you, then you wanted no part of it.
Is that true, old chap?
Oh, look at him, Mr. Potter. Look at how he still won't talk. Still won't reveal his secret. He is determined never to give in. But what is the point? Who is he keeping his secret for?
If you think you already know the answer, then why have you been trying to drag it out of me for so long?
Do you not see? We just wanted you to admit it, to let it go. So...
So, what?
Admit it. Let it go.
You won't get anything out of me. You think you know what you think you know. My thoughts are my own, and that's the way it's going to stay.
I'm not sure it was that funny, or funny at all, actually.
I am sorry, you are right. I should not laugh at such futility. It is cruel of me. I apologize. But it is important that you tell us why you resigned.
But I thought you knew why. Because of his fiancée, Janet.
Is that right, number 6? Is Potter right?
My thoughts are my own. Tell me what you did to her, or I'll kill you. It's a simple choice.
Let me give you a simple choice.
I'm not interested.
I think you will be, and I think you will find it illuminating. Let us talk about Kate Butterworth.
Your stooge, you mean?
Did you believe that when you first met her?
I believed it when I woke up in the village to find her wearing a number 2 badge.
But then you met her again in a hospital in London, watching over you with concerned eyes. You doubted her, I know, but in the end you believed she was Kate again, and not number 2. Do you deny that?
I'm not answering your questions. You're going to answer mine.
Let me put it this way. Do you value Kate's life?
What's that got to do with anything?
If, say, I threatened to kill her, if you continue to refuse to confess your reason for resigning.
The reason that you believe you already know.
The reason which we know for certain, but the reason that we have to hear from you. May I?
May you what?
I have something to show you. Behind these curtains. Allow me to reveal it to you. Just follow me. You can keep the gun on me. Or are you too scared?
All right. But move very slowly.
Here we are.
My God. It's her!
Kate.
What is this contraption? An electric chair? Looks like you've got her wired up for 1,000 volts.
Potter, take the gag off her. See if you can untie her from that thing.
I would not advise that.
Stay where you are, Seltzman.
What the hell have they done to you?
I don't know. I don't remember. Where are we?
Now, let me see if I can untangle some of this.
Don't move. Drop the gun.
You killed him? Why?
Shut up.
We should have killed you, Graham.
Drop the gun.
Have you really got me here just to kill me?
What the hell's happening?
Do you want her to die, number 6?
Where are we? Oh, no. Are we in that village place you talked about?
No. It's all right. I'm never going back there. But these people are from the village.
Interesting that you trust her, that you believe she is Kate.
Believe? Of course I'm Kate. What are you talking about? Who?
Drop the gun, number 6, or she dies.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Kick the gun away.
Can you remember anything about how you got here?
Where is here?
You don't know?
No.
Kandersfeld, in Austria.
Austria? How the hell? I left the hospital. Then I saw there was a fire. I couldn't get back in. I wanted to, but they wouldn't let me. Then they told me you'd survived by some miracle, that you were blown out of a window or something. It sounded fantastic.
And then?
And then they said it would be best if I didn't visit you again in hospital. They said it would upset and confuse you, but that they'd be in touch. That's it. That's all I remember. I put down the phone to them, and then there was a sound.
What sort of sound?
I heard a car pull up outside. Sounded like a big car. I seem to remember seeing it through the window for a moment. Like a large black hearse. I didn't think anything of it. But then there was this hissing noise, and then I woke up here.
Satisfied?
Not the word I'd use. How do I know she's telling the truth?
I am telling the truth. Why wouldn't I?
How do you know anyone is telling the truth?
Experience, instinct, training.
And yet you do not know for sure, do you? None of us really knows, do we?
What's your point?
That all we can really do is guess or make assumptions, because we can never really know what another person feels or is thinking. We can only make our best judgment, and mostly we do not even bother to do that. We objectify the other person. We make a judgment based purely on what we want. And damn the consequences to them. However helpless, however deserving, we persuade ourselves that they do not count. They are the other. Not like us, not even human. Because if we truly remembered the other, the victim, the collateral damage of our actions was just a human being just like us, well then, we would never do most of what we do. We would never fight our wars, hot or cold. We would never allow our loved ones to go on dangerous missions and then regret it to our dying day. Would we, number 6?
Is that what this is? My dying day?
Oh, you've had many days like this, haven't you, ZM73, in your time? How you have been near death so often, even before you joined the circus, as you may call it. And what about all the others who fought before you?
What do you mean? Where are you going?
Are these people really from your village?
It isn't my village.
Isn't it? I would not be so sure, number 6.
What have you got there? A Christmas decoration?
Oh, this? No, but in a way, it is a kind of celebration of life, of the spark of life. You see how the pattern dances across the surface? A tiny box that encapsulates so much. It tingles to the touch. And even in this sleeping state, it is tangible. I can feel it flowing through me. And if I touch you...
Keep back from me.
If you move, the woman dies.
Just a gentle touch. My hand to your head. No torture, no pain. Nothing you suspected might happen. Nothing you have ever experienced before. But you can feel it, can you not? In your mind.
What? What the hell are you doing to me?
You are doing it yourself, number 6. Your mind and mine are responding to the entirely compatible energy of another human mind.
No. Stop this! Stop this!
We're over the target, Skipper.
Open Bombay doors.
Christ! It's just fire down there, Skip. I can hardly see any buildings. It's just fire.
We've got a job to do. We're over the target. Bombs away.
But, Skipper!
Get on with it, man. Drop the bombs.
Bombs away, sir.
What are you doing to him?
Isn't the greatest sin in the world the fact that we cannot see things the way others do? If a bomber pilot could only know the terror of a mother praying for the life of a child when the air raid siren sounds, would he ever release his bombs? If he could know the burning, the stench of death he'd released at first hand.
That is my darling. Burn it all down. That is the only reality.
What's in that thing?
Everything that someone once was. The essence of them.
You're saying that was the experience of someone who had actually fought in the war?
You know it was.
That was Dresden, wasn't it?
And how do you know that?
It was in his mind. In my mind.
For a moment, you were one and the same as that man.
But that's ridiculous.
Is it? And yet, you felt it. You know you did. We both did.
Who is he? Who was he? Is he dead?
No, just at rest. Until he is needed.
Needed?
So, are you ready to tell us why you resigned?
You already think you know the answer.
Are you ready to tell us?
Or you'll kill Kate? How do I even know she is Kate?
I am Kate!
Or if Kate ever existed. Perhaps she's been your number 2 all the time. Has she?
So many questions.
How about some answers?
The village is the answer to everything.
What's that supposed to mean?
The answer to Janet, to Kate, to war, to the future.
I'm not falling for that. It's just weird, mystical nonsense. I'm only interested in certainty.
The only certainty is death.
Oh, is it?
And even the bravest of us fear the manner in which we might die. We hope that it will be instantaneous, that it will happen even without our knowing. But what if that last moment of consciousness is an eternity to us? And in that eternity, our minds have the power to see everything.
Won't it be a bit late for all that wisdom then?
Which is why it is best to embrace the wisdom now, in the village.
And then what? Live happily ever after in that warped little so-called paradise?
Once you are free from your own tyrannies, it will not matter where you are. You can choose wherever you want to be.
Then I choose not to return to the village. I'm not on your side, whatever that side may be.
Then you leave me with no choice.
Don't do it.
Please, don't let him kill me. I know I should be brave, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it seems important to you to not tell him why you resigned, but he seems to know the answer already. What will be the harm in just telling him?
What will be the harm in surrendering everything? In giving up my individuality? You tell me. Would you?
To save someone's life?
Yes. What about my life? Would you do it to save my life?
I think I would. Do you believe me?
But you were number 2 in the village.
I wasn't.
You were number 2! And you were ruthless and you wanted to break me.
This is me. I don't know who that was or why she apparently looked like me, but this is me, Peter. Sorry, I know that's not your name, but when I think of you, that's the name I use. You told me it was your name and we both knew you were lying, but to me, you're Peter. You'll always be Peter.
But you can't tell me what happened when I left before. When Peter left to fly away and find the village.
I told you I had some kind of breakdown. And when I was recovering years later, your people told me you turned up again. And you came back to me, and then there was that fire at the hospital, and the next thing I know, I'm here in Austria, wired up to a chair, about to be electrocuted because you refused to tell someone something that they already know anyway.
I think she puts it very well, Peter. Let go of the information. Don't let it control you.
I was trained to resist torture, and that's all this is. Mental torture. You won't break me. You won't take me back. I won't bend to your rules. My life and my thoughts are my own. I resigned. I will take no part in any of this. I resigned!
Very well.
Please!
You bastard! All your talk of wisdom, your revulsion at the stench of war, your outrage at the objectifying of human beings. Like all ideology, it's just posturing, self-gratifying posturing. Seltzman, what kind of a sick trick is this?
Well, it is a sort of a trick. I think it's fair to say that, don't you, Professor?
What? But...
Go on. Ask me. You know you're dying to.
You were lying. All along, you were lying. There is no Kate.
Oh, there is a Kate. Isn't there, Professor?
Yes, there is a Kate.
But she's not me. But then you know that already, don't you, number 6?
You're number 2. You were number 2 all along.
This is Kate, in here, just like the other box you touched. All that she is, tingling to the touch. All that makes up a human mind. Its very being, stored, waiting for physical existence to begin again. Suspended in an unknowing limbo. Look.
Cabinet of Souls. Impressive, isn't it?
There must be thousands of them.
There must be. All fizzing together, patiently, perfectly content.
Imagine how relaxing it is in there. I'd highly recommend it. Leaves you feeling very refreshed.
So who are you really?
I am number 2.
What are you doing? What are you people doing? How is this even possible?
Because it has to be. Because something has to change.
What the hell are you talking about?
People. People have to change. It may not be obvious now, but we have our own distraction as a species programmed into us. Unless we change our ways.
So, what are you? Just another bunch of fanatics bent on world domination? It's the job of people like me, people like...
Like me?
I was going to say Janet.
I know. There's no point worrying about something you can't change. We both of us have a job to do. We obey orders. We do the job.
What? What are you saying? Why are you saying that?
Control knows we're together.
What?
Oh, I'm sure. You know there's nothing Control doesn't know. And if there is something he doesn't know, Danvers finds it out. And then Control gets to know.
Danvers?
Sniveling little turd. I expect he's been in to check the sheets.
You bugged my home.
You didn't like this Seltzman business, so did you? You didn't like the smell of it. It felt not right. And I told you that you shouldn't be saying that to me.
Why not?
Because your instincts are never wrong. And now I'm going to fly out tomorrow with your bad smell theory right under my nose.
No.
I know. You're too good at this job. Which is lucky, because you've taught me everything I know.
I could come with you anyway.
Against orders? I'm guessing you've already asked and Control has said no.
This is insane.
And then you said you were sulking and poured another drink. And you know your home wasn't bugged. You swept the place morning, noon and night, whenever you were there.
sulking.
That doesn't change the fact that if you disobey Control's direct orders and come with me anyway, he'll probably have you shot.
Don't joke about it.
I'm not joking. I think he'd do it.
Be careful, my love.
You can bank on it, my darling.
I'm supposed to believe you're Janet. That the mind of Janet is in you.
I don't think there's any supposed to about it. You know you believe it. You started to think it when we met back there in the barber shop, didn't you? You looked at me. You thought you recognized something. I know I don't look like me, but it does happen when people have a strong connection. No matter who or what the one who's swapped out looks like. If you're really close to them, you can sort of tell. We don't know why. A light behind the eyes? Science like this, it takes on a life of its own sometimes.
Janet is something of a romantic when it comes to you, number 6.
So, my friend, perhaps it is time.
I'm not your friend. This is just another trick.
I know you don't believe that, my darling.
Don't call me that! Oh, you're good. All of you. You're good. I don't know what you're really trying to achieve, but you won't suck me into this. It's just another deception.
Go on. Ask.
Ask? Ask what?
Ask. You know you want to.
I think she's right. I would ask if I were in your place, my darling.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do.
If, as you say, Janet's mind is in his Gray's body, then where is Janet's body?
There. That wasn't so difficult, was it?
Over here. Follow me. And Janet?
I'll put the gun down now.
Then what's to stop me walking out of here?
Nothing, except yourself. So, it's up to you. You want to see Janet without the spark of life in her?
You want to show me her body? Then you have killed her.
Aren't you forgetting me?
You. You're just part of the same madhouse tricks I've been subjected to ever since I was dragged to that insane village of yours.
I know. It's difficult to accept. I know that.
It's difficult to accept because it's impossible. Maybe you've succeeded in convincing weaker minds. The easily led, the kind of sheep that always allow tyrants to take control.
You're the only tyrant here, number 6.
That's rich coming from you.
The tin pot dictator of your own mind.
Am I free to go?
Without seeing Janet?
But surely, you think I've already seen her.
But apparently you do not. So, will you come with me?
I'd rather leave.
It is your choice. But you have, after all, come all this way, and I can show you what you will understand to be Janet.
And she's alive? You guarantee that?
She certainly is not dead.
All right.
Good. Then come with me, number 6. Come on. It is all right. In here.
What is this, your own personal Olympic swimming pool? What's going on?
And there she is.
What do you mean? That's Rover. Where's Janet?
Haven't you heard that before?
Keep that thing away from me. What kind of sick trick is this?
No trick. It's what you asked for, number 6. What you've been searching for.
My God, I can see more of those things below the surface. Hundreds of them.
That is correct.
No!
Going so
forgive me if I don't take your advice. Where's Herr Muller and his horse and cart when you need him? So, what are you waiting for? Do your worst. Janet? Janet, what have they done to you?
I love you.
Janet, I shouldn't have let you go. I should have risked everything to come with you.
You see, she is not dead.
What have you done to her?
We've taken care of her, waiting for my return.
This is impossible. You're keeping her in some kind of living death.
Tell us why you resigned.
I refuse.
We understand.
This won't hurt a bit.
Just get it over with. Back again. It never ends. I don't remember what happened. What? Who was that? No. No, it can't be. The mirror. Let me see.
No. It can't be. How can I look like... This is Kate's face. Number two's face. Her voice, her body, not me, but I'm me. This is my mind. My mind. What have they done? These clothes. They're designed to fit this body. This is a nightmare. A hallucination it has to be, or can they have actually done this to me? Why? Nothing's changed. Same cheerful village.
Ah, there you are.
Am I?
I beg your pardon?
What do you want?
Are you all right?
Who do you think I am?
Well, why are you asking? Ah, I see. It's a security test. Right, sorry. Well, you are number 2.
Am I? Am I indeed?
Well, yes, you are.
I see.
Am I in trouble?
I don't know. Do you think you might be?
Well, if I didn't get the answer right.
Which answer?
The answer to your question you asked me just now.
Do you think you got the answer right?
That you are number 2? Well, yes, I do. I hope so, anyway.
I see. Well done. You did.
Oh, good. Was the meeting with 6 successful?
With number 6?
Yes, in there.
Yes, completely successful.
Good. So, shall I go in?
No, he's sleeping.
Oh, should we let him sleep?
Definitely. He needs time to recover.
From what?
I'm not in the habit of having my orders questioned.
Of course not. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I'll overlook it just this once. So, why were you looking for me?
The skimmer will be arriving shortly.
Good.
Would you like me to escort you, or is there anyone you want to say goodbye to in the Green Dome?
Goodbye? No. Nope. I'll just go straight away, I think.
As you wish. There it is now, ahead of schedule.
Excellent. Then we'd better go, haven't we?
She could probably hardly believe her luck.
She, or rather he, is adapting extremely well. Impressive.
How much recollection will he have of the body swap?
Virtually none. There will be some misty images, perhaps. Over time, some memory of it may return. So this is quite remarkable at this stage.
Perhaps the only thing we've established about him so far is that he is remarkably resilient.
Indeed. When this strategy has been used on other subjects, they have mostly gone completely berserk.
So what he, or rather she, is doing is interpreting this merely as part of another attempt at softening him up, which has gone badly wrong for us. Which means he has no idea that this is the end game. He believes he is escaping to freedom.
She is getting on board the skimmer now.
There she goes. And now the fun really begins.
Hello, good morning. It's Monday, the 5th of August, 2019. It's Nick Briggs here. I'm in the Soundhouse Studios, and we're about to record the first day of the third and final series of The Prisoner, just to make things even more complicated than The Prisoner already is, for organisational, let's say, reasons. Different people are available on different days, so we're not doing an episode a day, we're doing all sorts of bits of episodes a day. So we're starting off with the third part, the Seltzman connection, and that rustling in the background you can hear is Jerry, who's the sound engineer, who's getting ready for the day by doing lots of clever technical things. Do you have one copy of each script, or...?
There's a whole bunch here, so we seem to have got several copies of each.
Oh, in case of actor failure.
Actor failure, indeed. And there's 3.4, so there's more there for those that require.
Yeah, so
we're starting
with 3.3, yeah. The Seltzman connection.
Seltzman.
Shall I get... It's got 3 characters in, but one of them says one line, and we're recording her on another day, so just need the 2 of them. Really. Scene 1.
Scene one.
Hi, morning.
I'm Richard.
Jerry, hello.
Hello, Jerry. Nice to meet you.
Hello, I'm Mark.
Hi, Mark. Welcome.
1-1.
1 on 3.3. So it's going to be interesting to see how we go.
Who is doing what then?
Yes.
Who are these people called?
You want their character names, do you?
Character names, man on the left.
That's Richard, and he's playing Seltzman.
Hello, I'm Richard Dixon, and I'm playing Professor Jakob Seltzman.
What do you understand about the prisoner?
Well, I'm far too young to understand anything at all. I was about... Actually, I had been born when it was first shown, and I do vaguely remember seeing little clips of it and thinking, what on earth? What on earth is this about? So, for me, I've done a little bit of research into it, obviously, and it seems to me some sort of peculiar world created by peculiar people for... it's sort of brainwashing, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of that in it. It's all to do with identity. And,
yes, it's a bit like Facebook, I think. No, I love it. It's quite cloak and dagger, isn't it? And very sort of melodramatic and fun. And I love doing that sort of thing.
That's Mark, and he's playing 6'2" in this place. There's a lot of characters being in different bodies.
Just to be really helpful.
So it's number 2 in number 6's body.
So shall I label him as 6'2"?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Mark Elstob, and I'm playing number 6.
So day 1 of Series 3.
Yes, and it's always exciting on the first day. It's always much more fun on the first day.
Is it? It's downhill after that.
It's all downhill after that. Yeah. No, I love the first day. But yes, 4 episodes to do in the 3rd season, and these are more interlocked, I think. I mean, there's a certain amount of interlocking that went on more in the 2nd season than in the 1st. But this is much more, seems like one gigantic story, which is conveniently broken into bite-sized episode-length chunks.
Yes, I think that's a true assessment.
Yes, but it does mean that we're not doing them in chronological order. So from the point of view of preparation for the actor, you've got to sort of think for a moment before you work out what scene, where you are in the saga before you play the moment.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, they're complicated enough, aren't they? So doing it out of order just seems unfair.
Yes, they're very complicated. You can't, but that's, I mean, they should be. I approve of the complication, but it does mean it's difficult to explain to someone who is a more floating, a passerby, as it were, in the prisoner universe. It's difficult to say, here's how it works. Here's what's happening. You are not who you think you are. Nobody is who they think they are.
As I recalled earlier, you gave Celia Imrie back in the 1st series some advice about that kind of thing.
I wasn't the only one to give Celia advice. We were all sort of trying to be helpful, and in so doing, I think, being just adding to the confusion as her eyes began to mist over. I've got it, she said. I've got it. She definitely didn't have it.
But it sounded great.
It sounded fantastic.
That's the main thing.
Well, exactly. Yeah. That is
Say it like you mean it.
Yes, yes.
This circular throne of tubes, this chamber of power, this landscape
is the culmination of all our work with her. And if we are careful and prudent, she will come home to us. Activate playback.
Absolutely lovely.
Hang on there.
Richard's got a look on his face like, well, if you like that, mate, I have no respect for you.
I don't think I've got any lads before me. It's just a bing bong.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just
I'm just a bing bong.
Yeah, she is the first person to speak.
She's the bing bong, okay. So
Glenn's just gone to get some water. You know where you are in the plot, guys, don't you?
Yes.
Thank goodness.
Page 3, yeah, we're on page 3.
Yeah, that'll do.
9 of the plot.
Very often I have a completely different page number here, and I realise, just as the first line spoken.
Okay, well, that's
Flight Delta 790 to Bahrain will depart from gate 9.
I've got the tickets.
Well, thank God you've got a degree in German. That's all I can say.
30 years ago,
You've got a degree in German?
Yeah, but it's 30 years. I have to keep saying that. It's like a lifetime ago. Meine Damen und Herren, der Flug 21 wird vom Flugsteig 15 in 10 Minuten abfliegen.
Buying it, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, come on.
Right, on to scene 4, please.
I'm Sarah Mowat, and I'm playing Janet.
Did you think you'd... Because you were in the first episode of the first series, weren't you?
Yes. And then I can't remember what episodes of the second series. But yes, it's lovely to be back for the end. I didn't expect that. So
that
thank
was gonna
you
be my
for
question.
bringing me back.
Pleasure. And why do you think I brought you back?
Because you quite like the symmetry of it, maybe.
There is that, but I always had it in mind that...
Yeah. They needed to be back together at some point.
But also that the reason he decided to resign was because of the way Janet behaved in Belgium.
In Belgium?
Yeah, you met him at Mont Saint-Jean.
Oh, Mont Saint-Jean. Yes, in the car. There was a car, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And he rushed off, and she was a bit strange at that point.
Yes, well, she wasn't herself, you see.
Yes, now I realise.
And that was always my intention, that she she behaved in a way that he didn't recognise, and he thought.
And she said things in a strange way to him, and she was suddenly very different with him in Mont Saint-Jean, wasn't she?
She was very needy, which Janet is not. You notice from the flashback scene we do, where she's quite,
Scratchy chin. Like me, would you? Thank you, darling. Another drink?
No.
Oh, your poor little face. I'll make one for myself, then.
Control should be sending both of us.
He knows we're together.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, I'm sure. You know, there's nothing Control doesn't know. And if
Something
there
about
is
having smoking and drinking in a scene, which is rather thrilling.
Control gets to know.
Danvers, snivelling little turd.
Is that wrong?
She's very independent. Well, she's an independent agent. She has to be able to stand on her own 2 feet, and yet they want to be together at times, which is nice. But they still have their own driving, the thing that drives them in their lives. But I think it's. I think we had to know why she was like she was then, and now we've come back to the end. To the end, we'll explain some things. Hopefully.
You got the right script, have you, Barnaby?
Yes. Seltzman connection?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So he's very old.
He's very old in German. Well, many thanks, Herr Muller. Fascinating chat about your horse. You're most welcome, gentlemen. I hope you find your cousin. Auf Wiedersehen.
Be seeing you.
Hi, I'm Barnaby Edwards, and I'm playing Danvers and various other characters.
So, day one.
Day one.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's an absolute pleasure to be back. I love the world of The Prisoner. I love the whole madness of it, and the sort of the drama and the excitement. And it's just sort of like doing a really quite complicated James Bond movie every day. So yeah, day one, we've had loads of excitement. We've had deaths and shootings and people being in different people's bodies, and and obviously a little German with a horse, which is my favourite bit.
And you brought your own horse.
I did, yeah. There he is, just a little horse.
Hey! Highlight of the day?
I think, the highlight of the day, just the sort of serious highlight of the day, is hearing Mark again. Mark's number 6 is just peerless. He is so good at it. And he defines the whole kind of tone and flavour of the stories. So it is an absolute pleasure to hear him again. Obviously, before coming to do this, I listened to previous Prisoners, and I'd just forgotten how amazing he is. Because it's so hard to sustain that level of enigma and still be interesting over all, because he never reveals anything over all that time. And he's just a master at doing it. So that's the highlight for me, is just hearing him do it again.
So yes, now we're doing the 4th script. It's very complicated. So yeah, we're doing good for time as well, folks.
Right, here we go. This is 3.4, scene 37, take 1, rolling.
I'm Glenn Macready, and I'm playing Potter and Sir Clifford Earle.
Oh, yeah, Clifford Earle. Named after the famous Southern Television TV announcer. First day, what are your feelings?
Well, on day one, it's just this. It's the pacing of it. I always remember the pacing of the original show. This really sort of a breathless feel, and I feel I've hit the ground running. That's how the day one feels.
And you've not done The Prisoner for us before, have you?
No, I've never done The Prisoner for Big Finish, and I'm really, really happy to have got in.
And so you are familiar with the original series?
I am familiar with the original series, and I did have a birthday treat a few years ago. I actually got to stay at Portmeirion, which was amazing. A lovely room overlooking the Green Dome and the prisoner's house.
What do you think of that as an ending?
That is an ending. That's a finish.
Which is more than can be said of the original.
Yes, as we were saying. Lovely. Okay.